So are you saying that you would actually assess the writing on their behalf?
We will, in some cases, yeah.
So that could be quite a time saver for them.
Exactly.
Now, when you say you're assessing the quality of the writing, not the content of the paper.
That's right, although that's a difficult distinction to make,
yeah.
you know, because one of the emphases that we place in writing is choosing the best content, you know, choosing the most telling details is the way we would phrase it, choosing the most telling facts in order to make a case. So sometimes we're a good judge of that, sometimes we're not. Like if we're helping, which we are, the graduate students in material science, we're teaching a whole course in writing for the graduate students in material science. Our teacher knows not very much about material science, but the students read each other's papers. She tells them whether they're making a good argument. She can tell them if something seems to be out of place, but she can't be quite sure. And we don't see that as much of a disadvantage as others might, because when you're writing, you have to explain something usually to somebody who knows less about the subject than you do.
Yeah.
And so if your teacher knows a little bit less about the subject, she can really notice, you know, where you're not being clear. Sometimes much more than somebody in your field who already knows what you're thinking, you know, so you don't have to write it all that well.
So how has the use of portfolios impacted your teaching?
Well, directly, because I came from the University of Maryland where we didn't use portfolios. I love having a portfolio system here because I'm much more of the coach. I'm getting the students ready for this assessment that they're going to have at the end of the semester. And some of them think it's unfair to be judged by someone other than their teacher. But I think it sets a professional standard that, that they're not used to thinking about. They're used to having the same person teach them and grade them. But this way, there's an outside group that they don't know quite who it is, who's assessing them, and I think it raises the bar.
And this outside group is composed of who?
Other teachers in our program.
Okay.
So we trade off, you know, our papers so that most teachers will teach 60 students in a semester, and then they'll get 60 students from, or 60 papers from, it would be 24 other teachers, actually, 5 each, or what, 12 other teachers, 5 each. And then they read those and assess them.
That's a very interesting concept, because what you're really doing is sort of playing the good cop, bad cop.
Exactly.
You're the good cop helping them for this bad person at the end who's going to grade them.
That's right.
That would apply across many disciplines.
Oh,
I can see that in chemistry, or physics, you're helping them to get a good grade that this other person's going to actually give you the exam.
Most teachers are in a very awkward position of being the person who's helping the student and the person who's judging the student. And I think most students who don't like to learn or who don't like school think about that judge aspect of the teacher too much, you know, and then that prevents them from learning from the teacher. So if you can separate these, at least to some degree, through the portfolio system, I think it's an excellent system.
Right. And what impact did this have on your students? Are they performing better? Or?
I think so. I mean, they worry more about the final product that they're going to turn in, and therefore,
which probably means they spend more time on task.
Exactly.
Which is what you want.
Exactly.
Right. So what's next? Where would you like to take this?
I would like to see more writing across the curriculum, you know, across the whole campus. I would like to see students, for one thing, keep a portfolio starting in our classes, maybe freshman year, and then throughout their years in college, so that when they finish college, who knows how many categories of papers and other things they would have, like PowerPoint presentations or notes for oral reports that they give in other courses or whatever, and put those all together, and then when they are looking for a job or even thinking about volunteering in certain areas, they can show people what they're capable of doing. It would change, I think, the reputation that Stony Brook had in general, because our students would be seeming very professional when they came out here with a selection of things from their overall e-portfolio.
And every student at Stony Brook has to take a writing course, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So you essentially would be teaching them what portfolios are, how to develop one, and then all the other faculty could just build on that foundation?
That's right. The students would understand the concept, do understand the concept, because ever since Peter Elbow in 1977, we've used that system, at least in our courses on this campus.
Okay. So now I have a question for our audience. In addition to writing portfolios, what other uses can they be applied to? Our answer when we return.